Edward was feeling glum, very glum, though no one knew why. He would never talk to anyone about what was making him so upset. Okay, come on, Edward. Stop making this bother you. Just stop thinking about it. There, that's much better. I don't even remember what was making me so upset. Oh, hello there, said an engine. Aren't you the engine that works at Wellsworth? Edward's frown turned bigger than it had been before. Oh, it's so terrible, he said to himself. Oh, you are that engine? Sorry if I made you upset. But what's gotten you so upset? Does it have something to do with Wellsworth? Yes, said Edward. My station was destroyed in that fire that happened almost a week ago. Those bad trucks and the evil diesels, they set fire to the place in hopes of stopping Scaredy from getting out of train heaven, and my station was completely destroyed. You should just be glad the shed you were sleeping in didn't catch fire, or else you'd be destroyed too. Yes, but that was a near-death experience, and it haunts me so badly. Well, I'm sure it would do the same for me if I was sleeping in a shed that was close to a fire and had no idea what was going on. I don't think I'm ever going to get over this, said Edward. Okay, listen, Edward, said the engine. Oh, by the way, in case you haven't met or heard of me, my name is Casey Jr. But anyways, I know you're going through a bit of a hard time having to deal with the destruction of your station. But just remember, time heals all wounds, and even the most brutal, extreme, painful wound can be healed and fixed over time. Your station will be rebuilt soon, and you can be really useful on your branch line again. Stay positive until then, okay? Edward was glad that Casey was giving him wise words, but unfortunately, staying positive was going to be easier said than done. Edward took a deep breath and sighed, and then set off to collect his next train. Unfortunately for Edward, his next train had troublesome trucks in it, and they were desperate to cause him trouble. But the trucks didn't know what kind of trick they could play on Edward. Edward, meanwhile, was struggling to pay attention. He was still thinking about the destruction of his station. Up ahead was a red signal, warning the engines that the points were faulty and they were set towards a siding, but Edward didn't see the signal and he started to increase his speed. The trucks realized they had a chance. As soon as Edward turned the bend, he realized he was going the wrong way. Now, shouted Scruffy, and Edward was shoved into the buffers, slid down a hill and crashed into a tree, which fell down on him. Edward and the first 3 cars came off the rails, but the second half of the train and the brake van stayed on the track. The trucks giggled and laughed hysterically. Luckily, at that moment, Philip and Percy were passing by and they saw the mess. "Oh no," cried Percy. "Hang on, Edward, we'll go get help," and they rushed away. A few minutes later, Percy and Philip returned with Harvey, Rocky, and the breakdown train, and the mess was quickly cleaned up. "Hope you're okay, Edward," said Rocky. Edward had blacked out after the tree had fallen on him, and he was finally waking up. "Huh? What's going on?" "Edward, are you alright?" said Percy. "Edward? Who's Edward?" "Oh, no." "What? What's going on?" asked Harvey. "It appears Edward has lost his memory," said Rocky. Philip was very cross. "You naughty trucks," he shouted. "Look what you've caused," and he bumped them hard. But the trucks didn't care how hard Philip bumped them. They were just glad that Edward had been damaged. It wasn't long before the news began to spread. Hey Jonathan, said Philip. Midnight, said Jonathan. Guess what? It's true, said Midnight to Stanley. Jonathan told me. That's what Stanley said Melissa. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, said Dodge. Hey Stafford, said Dodge, have you heard? Now he can't remember who he is, said Stafford to Fang, Nicholas, and Harry. The trucks were shocked. I sure hope nothing bad happens because of this, said Nicholas. Same here, said Fang. Don't worry, you guys, said Harry. I'm sure everything will be just fine. Edward will get his memory back soon, and things will get back to normal. Just then, Charlie backed into the yard with a couple of familiar-looking trucks. Hey guys, said Charlie. Guess who decided to come back to Sodor? Oh, hey, Chris. Tiny, said Nicholas. Hello, Nicholas, said Chris happily. Good to see you again. It's good to see you too. I thought you two had left the kingdom along with the other trucks, said Fang. We did, said Tiny, but we weren't really planning to leave forever. Chris and I decided to come back when we heard that Scaredy had returned from train heaven. What about Carl and Danny, Danielle, and the other trucks? Asked Fang. They'll be back soon, said Chris. They just weren't quite ready yet. Some of them had some work to finish up. The others, well, you'll see. Welcome back, Chris and Tiny, said Harry. I'm sure Lucy and Bouncer and the other trucks will be glad to hear that you've returned. So, Edward's lost his memory and can't remember who he is and therefore which side he's on. Yep, that's correct. Bring him to me. Right away, sir. What's going on? What's all this I was hearing about Edward? Asked Silver. Tummel just told me that Edward has lost his memory, so it's the perfect opportunity to get him on our side. Yeah, I see. We can convince him that he's on our side if he doesn't know whose side he's on. Perfect. What? No. Don't you dare think about doing anything to Edward, said Thomas. Don't you try to convince him that he's on your side. I will not allow it. Quiet, you, shouted Crank, and he swung his arm around and threw the two locks he was holding right into Thomas. Ow! Oh! I will do whatever I want to whoever I want to do it to, so if your friend Edward has lost his memory, then I won't pass up the opportunity to get a new recruit. Gummy dummy, drool fool, said Silver. Go back up to the mountain and get those locks back over here. Why are you asking us to do it? Yeah, why can't you do it? Because I'm Boulder's second in command, said Silver crossly. So I have the right to give orders to you guys, and I will only take orders from him. And besides, I've got my own thing to do here. So get some flatbeds and get those locks back over here now. Alright, alright. At the steamworks, Victor was nearly done repairing Edward and was currently trying to get him to remember who he was. Don't worry, Edward. Your repairs are almost done and soon you'll be outpulling trains again. Who is Edward? Asked Edward. You're Edward, said Victor. You've just lost your memory, but you'll get it back soon. How do we get Edward when Victor's in the Steamworks? Asked Tommel. I've got an idea, said Tipper. Edward, you are the number 2 blue engine. You work at Wellsworth, and you sometimes go to the quarry to make sure Bill and Ben aren't playing any tricks. Kevin, be careful, will you? What are you talking about, boss? I'm over here, said Kevin. What? Well then, who? Let's just get over there and pick up those crates. Okay, boss. We'll be right back, Edward, called Victor. I'm glad that Chris and Tiny are back, said Nicholas. It really helps take our minds off the bad stuff that's been happening. You know, like with the superstation and Edward losing his memory and... Fang? Shh. What? Uh-oh. What's going on? Was that Edward that just went by? Go get Chris and the others. I think the villains might be up to something. Soon, Tumble and Tipper brought Edward to the superstation. Silver was waiting when they arrived. Ah, welcome, Edward, he said. Edward, shouted Thomas, don't listen to anything they tell you. They're gonna try to convince you you're on their side, but you're not. You're on the good side, my side. You're my friend. Quiet, you, shouted Crank, or I'll throw my entire hoist at you this time. That shut Thomas up. Welcome to the superstation, Edward, said Boulder. Superstation, said Edward. I don't see a platform anywhere. Looks more like a bunch of sheds on a bunch of tall risers. Yeah, said Silver. None of us were the one that came up with the name for this place. Say, I think one of your driving wheels is cracked right there. Really? I don't think it's cracked. I don't feel any damage on it. I just came from the worksite thing. Surely they wouldn't have let me go if I still had a cracked wheel. Oh, the Steamworks is so unreliable nowadays. Here, I'll take you to my own shed. I'll get it fixed up. I'll even give you a new one. There's really no need, said Edward. Oh, I insist, said Silver. You don't want to go around for a cracked wheel. You'll love this new wheel I'm about to give you. Yeah, it'll make you a new engine. What was that? Called Edward from below. Oh, this new wheel will make you feel like a new engine. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Okay. Alright, in you go, said Silver. Edward was pushed into the shed and the new wheel started getting put into place. This new wheel will definitely do the trick. But just then... Villains, stop what you're doing, called Nicholas. And he and the other 5 trucks raced in. Oh, great. Who invited these guys? Shouted Silver. Villains, shouted Bouncer. We want one Edward with a side of Thomas, please. Sorry, said Tipper, but those items were taken off the menu years ago. Get 'em, boys, shouted Silver. And several other villains started to appear. We're gonna get you, shouted Baron. No, you won't, shouted Chris. Ugh. Darn it, almost had them. Well, watch out! Ah! We're coming up behind you. Uh-oh, time to scoot. Hey, get back here. Get back here so we can hit you. Uh-oh, said Bouncer. There's a diesel coming up behind us. Run! Yeah, oh! Ow, said Raphael. Whoa, whoa. Careful, slow down. There, made it. We're gonna get you. Whoa! Hey, look at that, said Droolful. We actually made it around the bend. I was thinking we might accidentally derail. Unfortunately for Droolful and Gummy Dummy, Spancan had started down the hill too soon. Oh! Oh, Tipper, watch out, cried Tumble. Yeah, ah! Take that, said Chris. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, ow, ow! Oh, Wreck! But before Wreck could apologize, Junkless heard and accidentally crashed into them. Ow! Junk, watch where you're going. Watch where you're going. Sorry. Coming through. No, 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 no. Ow! Oh, looks like I didn't do a perfect job. No, 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 no. Don't you dare. Ah! Oh! Chris, Tiny, and Nicholas raced down the line towards Silver's shed. Oh no, brace for impact. Yeah, ow! Nice work, guys, said Nicholas. That's all the villains for now. Now let's get that door open quickly and get Edward out of here. Chris and Tiny pulled the door open, and then rode in and pulled Edward out. Edward, are you okay? Asked Chris. But Edward didn't respond, and instead, he shoved the trucks backwards. Oh, what's happening? Cried Chris. I don't know, said Nicholas. Edward, stop, shouted Tiny. But it was too late. Edward shoved the 3 trucks down the line and into Fang, Lucy, and Bouncer. And all 6 trucks came off the rails. Ow, that hurt. Whoa. Ugh. And Chris blacked out along with the other 5 trucks. When Chris finally opened his eyes, he was shocked to find that he was trapped in one of the supports of the superstation, along with Tiny, Fang, Nicholas, Lucy, and Bouncer. What in the world? Cried Chris. How did you guys get me in here? Heh. Let's see you try to get out of there. Well done, Edward, said Raphael. You gave those trucks a good buffer bashing. Edward, what are you doing? Cried Lucy. We're your friends. You can't put us here. Quiet, truck schmuck, shouted Silver. Edward is on our side now. What? No, cried Thomas. Edward would never let you convince him that he's on your side. Yes, we were concerned that we may not succeed in convincing Edward he's on our side. So, Silver made a special wheel while he was in the superstation. A wheel that when it's put on someone, it turns that person evil, said Crank. Great job today, Edward, said Boulder. Now go get a well-earned drink and a load of coal. Okay, if you say so, boss, said Edward as he backed up. Boss? Cried Lucy. Oh, great, said Nicholas. This is just great. This is not how I wanted my first day back on Sodor to end, said Chris. Silence, prisoners, shouted Droolful. Everyone, shouted Boulder. I think it would be very nice if we all give a great cheer for our new recruit, Edward. Edward, 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 cheered the villains.